Hey guys, sorry, I just woke up, so I'm a little tired. But I wanted to do oh I cannot believe it's August right now. My July 2016 wrap up. Before I get started, I just wanted to kind of throw a shout out for my last video. If you are a booktuber and you're interested in participating in a, oh gosh, oh. If you are a booktuber and you're interested in participating in a traveling book situation, you should watch it because, yeah, I have a traveling book right now, and a couple of people have shown interest, but I want to make sure that, um, more people see it before I like pick. Well, I'm gonna pick out of a hat or whatever. But yeah, so go watch that video and yeah. Okay. Anyways, on to the books that I read. So the first thing that I read this month was Saga Volume 6. I didn't even talk about this at all on my channel so far because I bought it and purchased it so quickly that I didn't really have time to talk about it in like a what I purchased or Friday reads or anything. But oh my gosh, it was so good. Yeah, that's all I have to say. You know what the story is about probably, and if you don't, you're probably sick of hearing about it. But I just thought this volume was phenomenal. So good. Okay, the next thing that I finished was The Secret History by Donna Tartt. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I read most of this in the month of June. I finished it like on the 2nd or 3rd of July, so what you gonna do? I was buddy reading this with Hillary from Your Robot Friend, and oh my gosh, this was also amazing. I can't remember if I gave it 4 or 5 stars, but it's like definitely a 4.5. It was just so good. It opens. It's. You probably know what this book is about too. Gosh, I'm reading such hyped things this month. But it's kind of like a college New England feel. It reminds me a lot like when I was reading it, I was like, man, I miss Gilmore Girls. Like when I watched Gilmore Girls, I would always hope that I would go to like a school like this. And our main character is from California, which is where I'm from too. So maybe it's like this like longing for, uh, you know, winters and uniforms and like big libraries and men's a cappella groups. I just have this like weird fantasy of that kind of a life that I never had. But so this definitely like hits a specific spot inside of me that is enjoyable, like longing wise. But we're following a group of, I think there's 5 of them or 6 of them at this point. I can't remember, but they've got their Greek professor, and so it's like his 6 students. I'm pretty sure there's the twins. Yeah, there's 6 of them, and then well, like 5 plus our narrator, 6 including our narrator. And at the very beginning, one of them dies, and so in the first half of the book is like everything that leads up to the death, and then the second half is kind of like the repercussions or like what happens after the death. And this is not a spoiler because it's in the first sentence of the book, so and you probably already know that anyways. But it's just so good. It reminded me a lot of I read The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie earlier this year by Muriel Spark, and like the feeling of like a teacher with their like set. It kind of reminded me of that. Besides that, they're not that similar, but it just had the same kind of like feeling where there's like this teacher who thinks that they're like so incredible, and so they've like handpicked these pupils, and these pupils are like their babies basically, like they're trying to like make them into this thing. But this definitely is more revolved around the students than the Prime of Miss Jean Brodie was. But anyways, yeah, this was really good. You should read it if you haven't read it. You probably have. Everyone's read it except for me. Well, now I have, so it's good. The next thing I finished was Elena Ferrante's Those Who Leave and Those Who Stay. This is the 3rd book in the Neapolitan series. It's translated by Anne Goldstein. Let me double check if that is still accurate. Yes, Anne Goldstein is the translator. And phenomenal. 5 out of 5 stars. I love this series so much. I feel like each book gets better and better because she is, I mean, the whole thing is written as she's like a 60-year-old woman or whatever writing back, but you can see how the characters are growing, and it's just like, she comes to like so many realizations in this book, I feel like, and you know, they're both like both of the girls are kind of jerks sometimes, but like, you know, just trying to live life. And I really, 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 really like this series, and I can't wait to read the fourth book, probably in September. Yeah, it's just an epic saga of two women. So, sounds good to me. The next two things that I finished during the booktubeathon, so I already talked about them, but I'll just briefly mention. I read Witches Volume 1 by Scott Snyder. I think it's Scott Snyder. I was underwhelmed by this. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. It was okay. I don't know. I was expecting something much more, and I kind of like predicted what was going to happen at the end. So that kind of takes away a lot of the fun and like a mystery. It wasn't like oh, I figured it out like in an Agatha Christie. It was like, oh, okay, type situation. But yeah, it's okay. It's whatever. The next thing that I finished was Bridget Jones's Diary by Helen Fielding, and this was good. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. There's a lot more focus on like her friends in this book, but also a lot more focus on her weight, which was super, 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 super irritating. That really, really grated me. And yeah, I thought it was good, but I like the movie better because I love that movie so much. Okay, so the next thing, I posted a book haul a few days ago, and then yesterday, it was Saturday. 2 days ago, there was a book festival here in Portland, and I went to the book festival because, as you do, you know. And I didn't get crazy, but I saw this, and I had to buy it the second that I saw it. So I bought it on Saturday, and then I read it Saturday. And so that is Sellable and The First Day of School by Alicia Dale, illustrated by Cherie Evelina. And oh my gosh, look how cute that is. Okay, so I don't typically read, this would be classified, I assume, as a picture book. I don't typically read picture books, so I don't really have anything to like compare it to. So content-wise, I don't know, but it is so cute. It takes place in this town where all the streets are named after composers. So this is like a spread of the town. I just think it's so lovely, and like, you know, the neighborhood. And so we're following Sellable, and she's getting ready for her first day of school, and she's like, you know, oh, do I have enough pens? And so she like goes around asking like all of her neighbors and stuff about like hints and tips and stuff. I'm trying to get a picture of her with her family, but I think it has a really good message. So everyone loved Sellable. She was so polite and kind. Like, I don't know, I think that's really sweet. It's like her family, I think. It's just so cute. So yeah, I added this on my Goodreads, and it has 0 ratings, so maybe this is like super, super brand new. It's just so cute. I'm trying to find nice. Well, you get the point, I think. It's just really, really adorable. Like, it's so adorable. Look how cute. There's something about her. It's like so whimsical and it kind of like reminds me not of, I don't know, like kind of Madeline, like in her style of dress. I don't know. It's just like, it feels like very like an older time period and very like whimsically and magical. And I just thought it was so beautiful. I had to get it. I got it signed by the author, and she was so sweet. It like, they like did it up too. So there's like a bookmark, and she gave me stickers and a poster and like a little envelope for the book. And so yeah, my only qualm with this is that it is kind of expensive. So it's $25 for this book. I don't know how much picture books typically cost. So it's kind of hard to justify it. And if you buy it online, I'm gonna post a link to her website. So if you want to buy it, you can. But it's like, you know, kind of expensive for shipping and stuff. So it's hard to justify, but I think it is. It's so cute. Like, It's so beautiful. It's I should move on to my last pick, but look at this town. I don't know. I think it's just adorable. Like, I think it would be a good present for someone. So anyways, I will link the website for the author below. It's Huckleberry Sweet Pie Publishing is the name of the publishing company. I think she said it was Canadian, maybe. I'm not sure, but yeah. So I just had to have this when I saw it, and it like has that really nice texture. It's so cute. Okay, anyways, so the last book that I finished was Welcome to the Monkey House by Kurt Vonnegut. This is a short story collection by Kurt Vonnegut. There's a bunch of stories in this. I think there's like probably 20. I don't know. I don't want to count them right now, but they are all phenomenal. I did not enjoy the first one, and then there's one more in there somewhere. I can't remember what it was called, but that one was really good. I can't remember what it was called. There was two that I like didn't really like. I gave this collection 4 out of 5 stars. But the rest of them were also fantastic. They're all so good. They're all different. I talked about one of them. I think it was the Eufio question. I talked about that one in my Friday Reads video. So I just want to talk about like a different one so you get kind of a taste. Again, this one is the Welcome to the Monkey House story. I think that's it. Right. So they have a problem with overpopulation. I think he deals with population twice in this book because there's like this obsession with like longevity of life. So in the one that I just read at the very end, tomorrow, people are living to like 180, 100 and whatever because they've created this medicine that makes you stop your aging process. But then the problem becomes like an overpopulation issue because if no one's dying, there's no room for more humans. And so I don't think that wasn't like the specific message in the last one, but in Welcome to the Monkey House, they create this drug that's like a birth control pill, but instead of making it so that you're physically unable to have sex, it makes it so that you don't have any urge or craving to have sex. So yeah, so it's like a chemical, I think it's a pill, or maybe a shot or something, but it basically makes you not want to have sex so you don't procreate, and so that the people that already exist can live longer, which is insane because I have so many problems. I mean, I don't have problems with the story, but like what he's saying, I have so many problems with the world because why are people obsessed with living for longer and longer in periods of time? Like, it blows my mind because it's literally not the natural way of things. Like, I just don't understand. There's so many, it's sick, okay? It's a sick mentality. We're all gonna die, everyone, okay? It's just part of life. You need to get over it. It's not, I mean, I have like this anxiety because I'm not gonna be able to finish all the books that I want to read in my life and whatever. But like, we are all going to die, and trying to create ways to increase our longevity does not help the world, okay? It doesn't. So I just love Kurt Vonnegut. There's also, stories about authority and and everything. It's so good, honestly. I wouldn't really it's all satirical, but I wouldn't really classify it. It's like light science fiction, maybe. Some of them I would go with speculative fiction. The last one probably speculative fiction for sure, but I don't really 100% know what that terminology means. So I'm pretty sure the last one is definitely it. But I don't know like where the line draws. So most of these are like, I would say light science fiction, basically just like real world situations with like something kind of strange, like magical realism, except with an element of science fiction instead of an element of fantasy. And if you get what I'm saying, I just love it. I love him so much. He's the best. Okay, so those are all things that I read. Sorry, this video was so long. Oh God, I'm the worst. So I read 4 books, 2 graphic novels, and 1 kids book, which is pretty good. I am still like 7 books. 7 books behind on my Goodreads goal. And I didn't even look at my statistics. I'm gonna do a review of my goals because there's no way my UK or my British and my US authors are under 50 at the end of the year. It's not going to happen. So I'm going to adjust that goal a little bit. And yeah, I'm just going to go. Bye.